Alright guys, welcome back to class. What we're going to do today is we're going to take and place this circle onto our drawing. Okay. Prior to us getting that completed, we need to do a little bit with vocabulary. So if we take a look at here, we have some vocabulary in circles that we need to understand. So we have circumference, radius, diameter. This is where you're going to pause the video and then you're going to take a sheet of notebook paper for each of these, and you are going to put the term up here on the top of your notebook paper. You're going to define it in your own words. You're going to use a dictionary to get a professional definition of it. You're going to use it in a sentence, then you're going to draw a picture of it. Once you are completed with that, please restart the video. Make sure that your instructor does see this and checks you off for it. Alright, now that we're back in session here, a little bit more about our definitions. There's a couple of abbreviations that might be associated with these two items here. Radius can be shortened to just an R. Diameter could be indicated to you as a symbol or DIA. However you see it, it will still equate to what you have discovered the definition for radius and diameter to be. Okay? So once you get your vocabulary done, we can move forward. Alright, moving on. The first thing I want to do is identify kind of where the center of the circle is. So if I look at this item here, I have my circle. I have the center is marked with a large plus. All circle centers should have the center mark placed on them. Okay, so that's where you're going to figure out where the dead center of this circle is, so that way we can actually draw it or establish these other marks on here to use our two tools that we're going to use today. So a little bit more information about it. So off the edge of my part, I need to find the center of the circle, so I'm going to be looking at the x-axis, and I'm going to be coming in about 1 3/4. Okay, hence my reference right there. My elevation up off the bottom of this part is right on the actual bottom of the part, so I don't have to measure up to find the center of the circle. Some of your projects you might have to measure in the y direction and the x direction, but for this one here I just need to measure in the x direction off the edge to establish that. Okay. Other things you need to know, again, we have an arrow coming off here that's going to give us a distance from center to the edge, and if we look up here we see it's r 3/4. So from our research and our knowledge, we know that that is radius of 3/4. Okay, so I can actually slide this off to the side. Next, I'm going to want to take a piece of tape, and all of you are going to need to do this because you need to use a bow compass and the circle template. Two projects require you to do two different tasks. Okay, so piece of tape is going to go right at the top of my drafting board. I'm now going to do some work on the actual layout for the center of that circle. Okay, so first thing I want to do, take my T-square, slide that down out of my way. I'm going to take my measurement device and I'm going to measure and mark 3/4 of an inch. Okay, or 1 3/4, excuse me. Now yours might be different per the drawings that you're working on. So make sure that you check your measurements again and again. Okay, so I came in 1 3/4, found the center of the circle. Okay, I did not need to measure up on the y-axis, so I am good to go there. Next, I have a measurement of 3/4 of an inch for the size of the circle. Well, I know I'm going to use the bow compass for this, so what I need to do is on this piece of tape up here, I'm going to take and measure and mark 0 and I'm going to mark 3/4. Okay. Now, a little bit about the bow compass. The bow compass itself has a spiked side to it. This will go at the center of the circle, so this will get placed right here. And then it has a graphite. Okay, the graphite is going to be what draws your circle in there. This distance from center of circle to the outside edge, if you look back at your vocabulary, you should figure out what that distance is. Okay. That distance then gets transferred up here, in which I already did with my measurement and my ruler. Now I can actually take my bow compass, I'm going to spike the point in to where 0 was. I'm going to adjust, swinging my bow compass through, checking to make sure I hit my measurement. Okay. Once I have that established, then I can come down here, put the spike in the center of the plus, put my graphite down on the paper, tip it in the direction I want it to go, and I can roll it right around, just like that. Okay, so that's how you use a bow compass.